What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing 3 trades for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now the Clippers currently sit 5th in the Western Conference with a record of I believe 18-4. Yep. As you see here, they are currently the 5th seed, but they have the same amount of wins as the 2nd seed. So high ceiling for this team, a contender I would say, but there's still lots of places to improve on this roster. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So at the time of me recording this, it is Tuesday, December 20th. So Clippers, their upcoming schedule. I normally do this at the end of the video, but I'm doing this now. You see here they have no Christmas Day game, so very, very intriguing. But they do play the 76ers soon, and must watch against the Celtics coming up. So let's get started with our first trade. Now this might come as a surprise to some, as it's like, whoa, as if you've been watching the past videos you would know that it is normally the easy trade first, and that is normally something that's very basic, something like that. But in all honesty, this is the easy trade, and I know it might look a little crazy. 4 teams involved, with a lot of moving pieces, but I'll break down why right here. So first up, we have the Memphis Grizzlies receiving Luke Kennard from the Clippers. The Miami Heat are receiving Danny Green from the Memphis Grizzlies, and Jason Preston from the Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers are getting Aaron Gordon from the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets are getting Duncan Robinson and 2 first-round picks from the Miami Heat. Or 1 first-round pick from the Miami Heat. I'm sorry, and a 2nd-round pick from the Miami Heat via OKC Dallas return. So pretty much like a late first rounder almost if it's via OKC. So breaking down the trade for the Clippers. So a lot of you might say, oh, Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies, Eric Gordon, like the Houston Rockets, they've been holding up for first round pick. But in all honesty, this is probably the best trade for them, because Aaron Gordon, he has 2 years left on his contract, but the last one is non-guaranteed. So you never know what happens there. And Luke Kennard, he's very, very valuable. So there's no point of Luke Kennard going to the Houston Rockets here. It makes no sense. They have Jalen Green, they have Kevin Porter Jr., they have Josh Christopher, and more young guys down there. So doesn't make sense for them. But the Memphis Grizzlies though can use a shooter. Another one. Just keep adding. You have Desmond Bane, and you have another wing player here. Desmond Bane is also out as well. 3-point scorer, considering you're only giving up Danny Green. And Danny Green goes to the Miami Heat. He's very impactful, can do it on the defensive end. If the 3-point shot is there, it's there. Coming off that injury, just get Jason Preston there, just the young asset. And you're finally giving up that Duncan Robinson contract. Now in doing so, that's what's costing you that 2027 first round pick. So not 2023 or 4 or 6 or anything like that. All the way down to 2027. So that holds a lot of value considering the age of this team for the Miami Heat, or the Houston Rockets I would say. Just looking at this real quick. Looking at the picks. So 2023 possibly, but you know that's going to probably be a late first rounder. You don't want that if you're the Houston Rockets. 2024 and 2026 you cannot do because of this defined rule, and then that would be 2027, 8 or 9. So 2027 would be in your best interest, considering you would still have Jimmy Butler. No, Jimmy Butler's contract would have expired, and he's going to be well old then. Bam Adebayo's contract will have expired. Kyle Lowry's going to be long gone. Pretty much the whole roster except for Tyler Hughes, who's going to be entering the last year of his deal then. So the whole roster could see a turnaround considering the age of the roster. And looking at this on the Clippers, or on the Grizzlies side real quick, they don't really have another shooter other than Desmond Bane who can really knock that 3 down. So that's why you get Luke Kennard. And the Clippers are getting Eric Gordon. So what would they do with Eric Gordon? Well, the Clippers could put him in the starting lineup, but looking at this right here, you can see the point guard minutes pretty much Reggie Jackson and John Wall. The shooting guard minutes is Norman Powell. Look at that, Norman Powell. That is where you have a major upgrade, because you would expect Paul George to play there, right? Paul George there, but instead you have Paul George playing right down here at small forward, with Kawhi coming back as pretty much everywhere. Honestly, they have him playing as shooting guard, which is quite surprising for me. I don't see how that's possible, but Kawhi is probably going to be your power forward with Zubac as your center. But looking back at this team, you see that, ignore the two rows highlighted. You see that shooting guard, they have so much depth in the sense of Terrence Mann can play there, John Wall can perhaps play there, Norman Powell, Luke Kennard and stuff. So you'd be substituting Luke Kennard for a true shooting guard who can shoot the ball from deep. He has experience in the league. I would say that he's an upgrade over Luke Kennard, who's making more money over the years, so a lesser contract as well. And yeah, Luke Kennard though, however, this is very surprising. He has the second highest on court per 100 possessions percentage, and the third highest on and off. So very, very successful so far, but still, yeah, he is 26, of course. He's young, but just a small trade there, just to shake things up a little bit. And if anything, the Grizzlies, they have all these picks. They can throw them a pick right here, and then boom. If need be, that's probably going to be a late pick. So there's that. Now, next up is the Washington Wizards and the LA Clippers. So the Clippers are receiving Taj Gibson, veteran big man, and Kyle Kuzma, and the Washington Wizards are getting back Marcus Morris Sr. and a 2023 first round pick with OKC holds rights to swap. So you see Kyle Kuzma, he's on the final year of his contract. I know it says 2, but the last one is a player option. He's most likely going to decline it, so there'd be just like Jakob Poeltl, a half-year rental, but more than Jakob Poeltl, who's just I would say he's a serviceable big man. You know, he can really be a good backup, like a very, very, very great backup center. You have Kuzma here, who can be a third guy. Really, really help you out. So if you want to play a lineup out there, John Wall, shooting guard, Paul George, small forward, Kawhi Leonard, power forward, Kyle Kuzma, center, Zubac. That's looking pretty nice for a star power there. Zubac or Kuzma can stretch the floor, and Taj Gibson on the final year, you know, try to ring chase a little bit. You get rid of that Marcus Morris Sr. contract as well to the Wizards, and you only get one first year because of Kuzma's contract. Wizards are like, just get something back. Now a third trade is involving the Toronto Raptors. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the blockbuster trade. The LA Clippers are receiving Otto Porter Jr., Pascal Siakam, Josh Jackson, and Malachi Flynn, former first-round pick. And the Toronto Raptors are receiving Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., Robert Covington, and 3 first-round picks. Let's break this down. So Pascal Siakam is the big name in this. He will be going to LA, most likely as a third option as a center, I would say. As Terrence Mann might be a better option there, or he can also play the 4 because he can kind of stretch the floor. So great option there. And you're also getting Otto Porter Jr., who's going to be a great wing off the bench. You know, just in that Warriors championship run, he's under multiple years. You get Josh Jackson, the flyer guy, if needed, because your roster's always injured. And Malachi Flynn, just a young point guard. Maybe you get something out of him. You probably don't with all the star power, but just another asset. And he's not going to do anything in Toronto. Toronto Raptors now receiving Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., and Rocco. Now I would assume they would try and flip either one of Rocco and Batum or both. I don't think anybody would want to give up draft capital that big to get Marcus Morris Sr. But you never know. So perhaps another asset or another first round pick in Robert Covington. Nicholas Batum I don't think will attract you at first, but can maybe get early second perhaps. Yeah, I would trade Batum for Danny Green. Raptors are not going to do that. But yeah, that is the third and final trade. So this is the Clippers video. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Peace.